Hello everybody and welcome back to Simon Outdoors. Now earlier you see me making these cotton wool pads soaked in Vaseline. See the shiny side where it's been sat on the foil so it didn't stick. Now I'm going to show you how they work. So we're going to grab this cotton wool pad and pull it apart like that to expose all those soft fibres in there. Now that should take a spark. So let's see. I'll place it on the edge here so you can see it burning, because this fire does actually drop down, but only a few millimeters. Now here is an old ferro rod that I've got, just something I could grab because I've got one in the kitchen, with, like I say, the amazing striker from Contact Left. Looking a bit dirty now because I've used it many times. So let's get some sparks on here. And I'll lift you up a little bit. So you can see how the pad works. The first bit starts off as a wick, so it can burn slightly and build up heat to start melting the wax. Once the wax is melted and flowing into what is now the wick, it will burn really well. And on test earlier, my wife and son counted that one lasted up to 8 minutes. Now this is a lot different from using the Kinder Egg like I had before, which was filled, I'd say stuffed, with cotton wool and Vaseline. And if you see my earlier videos, and I say months ago, you'll see where I did a test with the Kinder Egg, and if I burn the whole lot, just open it up, drop a spark inside and burn the whole lot, it burnt for 40 minutes. Now that's really good for getting a fire going when you've got wet wood, and even if your sticks are wet or slightly damp. But these will help as well. And like I say, I probably used half the candle, which cost me £2.50, and I've soaked all 80 pads to use those, and possibly tomorrow I'm going to make some medieval style torches with the leftover wax, like oh dear, like the village mob. You know, when you see on films where they're going down the village with the pitchforks and flaming torches. Well, that's the sort of flaming torch that I'm thinking of making. So I might be able to make one, or I might be able to make two, but we'll have a go. So it's all for a bit of fun, but these we'll be actually using. So there'll be some going in my kit, some going in my son's, and if my daughter's still interested in a bit of firelighting and camping and everything, then she can have some too, because it makes it a lot easier for the children to get a fire going using this, because it's going to burn for a long time, while they get some sticks and bits and bobs put on. So I don't know how to just leave this going so you can actually see how long this is burnt. I think I should really. So I just put that bit of paper in there, so I might have a small fire, I don't know. Probably not at this time now. The house is still quite warm, so that's the reason why we haven't made a fire in the log burner today. This is what you're looking at, the actual log burner. So this is the second Arth grill. A friend I used to work with welded me one up because the original one melted with the heat of the coal, and he welded that up for me because unfortunately I'd sold my welder a few years ago. But when he welded it, the bars are slightly too big, so before the coal is fully burnt out, it drops through the bars into the ash pan. So what I've done before, I used an old oven tray and drilled some holes in it and dropped that in, and that worked for a year, until with all the fires it eventually melted away. So this is a piece of scrap metal that I got off our old microwave. I took the cover off, folded it in half, and cut out these panels to fit in here, 2 panels there, riveted them together, and I drilled lots of holes in. I also tried cutting slits in at the back, but that didn't work so well. It would have been a lot better if I'd have just drilled holes through the lot, and it holds the coal so it burns fully. But you do have to give it a tap now and again because it is restricting the ash from dropping down. Now this one you can see slowing down already. I said one lasted for 8 minutes. Now I have noticed it depends on the temperature of the wax when you dip these as well. If you got the wax really hot and you put the cotton wool in the pan, it's sent to sizzle, and I noticed that it only lightly coated all the cotton. Now if you got the wax colder and you put the cotton in, the amount of wax it actually held in the pad was greater, was probably nearly twice as much, and it was a lot darker colour, as this one was about 50-50. One side sent to be dark because obviously as it's drying the wax is settling to the bottom of the pad, which is touching the foil, and the top side is going to look lighter. I did try double dipping the pads. This worked if the wax was cool, because basically just sticking another layer on, but it doesn't need to be really hot. So that's just about to go out now. So this one's probably been going for about 6.5 minutes, something like that, and we've still got a flame. Still got a little flame there. It's struggling. If I moved it, it might burn a bit better, but then again it might put it out, because looking right at this edge here, it looks like it might keep going. We'll see. Oh, that little flame's going. Oh, I think it's gone. It's gone now, so that's 7.5 minutes. Yeah, and if I had moved it, look, it perhaps might have burnt for a bit longer. As you can see, it's just glowing red now. So I could try putting some sparks on that, see if that does anything. And there we go. So if I did move it when it was still lit, that would have kept going, but I didn't want to risk putting the fire out. So this one would have probably burned for about 8 minutes as well if I would have moved it. Now if that was on a fire and I was getting a fire going, by the time of 8 minutes has gone, I would have had my fire going, no problem. And I've practiced in many different weather conditions, as I do camp all year round and in all weathers, because it's England. We don't have a choice. It rains here a lot. So thank you very much for watching Simon Outdoors. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.